Hi and welcome to this edition of Out of the Box. My name is Paul. So we're going to have a look at what is in this box. This is the Ubiquiti AI-Dome. The box actually says AI Pro Dome, but we currently know this as the AI Dome. So this is the bigger version of the Dome Ultra, and this is an 8 megapixel 4K camera that does all those clever AI features like facial recognition, number plate and vehicle and all of those sort of bits and pieces. Not a big technical overview. We do have some other reviews over on our YouTube channel, but this should give you an idea of what you get in the box and how it all fits together. First, I want to just give you an example of the difference in size. Here is the Dome Ultra. Here is the AI Dome. So quite a big difference in size, so just be aware of that. They sort of came in the same box packaging under the similar sort of names, but obviously there is quite a bit of a size difference. So let me show you and walk you through all the bits that you actually get in the box. And there are quite a few, and hopefully I'll be able to show you how a lot of these actually go together as well. So let's head off here. You are going to first get your conformity guide. Is a basic get started guide in there, so you probably may want to open that up, although I normally say you probably won't, throw it away. When I got it out of the box, I thought maybe I got 2 conformity guides, but actually you'll find this one is a small hanky, if you like, or a small wipe, dry wipe, to be able to wipe the lens off after you have made some of the changes that I show you about in a moment. Right, you are going to get some long bolts here and nuts. These are, if you're going to put this onto a false ceiling, how does that work? Well, we have a ceiling plate. This is our ceiling plate. We have a drilling guide that's actually going to go with that. This will be for the wall or ceiling hard mount service, or you use the same one for your ceiling mount. And then this is our back plate. This is the plate that the device will eventually clip into in place like that. So if we had a false ceiling, a suspended ceiling with ceiling tiles, then we would basically put this above onto the tile. We would drill our holes using the drilling guide. We would then run our long bolts up through this way round and bolt it into place. And so basically your tile is sandwiched between the two there. And then you'd obviously put the tile back into the roof, and then that would allow you to mount the unit to it. So obviously you've got a few extra items there. You are going to get a extra locking tool here. I can probably just show you there. It's not a hex tool, it's a slightly different version there. And you are going to get a quick release tool as well to be able to release the unit from its base. Then let's carry on with the things that you're actually going to get. You get a set of 3 different lugs or plugs. Some of these have actually already got the split in it, so if you've maybe got a cable that is already terminated, then again you can just open that up and feed that through. Why? So let me show you. Already get on the bottom a RJ45 welded connector on there. It's slightly smaller, which is at least better than here on the Dome Ultra. You can see the big connector that we actually got for that. So obviously what we need to be able to do, you might want to use a junction box or you're going to have to drill a slightly bigger hole to bring this through the wall, but we obviously need to secure that off watertight. So we're going to take the 3 components, we get these 2 extra components here to create our waterproof seal. So we've got, like I said, our 3 different bung sizes here, depending on what size cable that you're actually running through to it. So let's say we ran it through this. Once it's gone through, or we've maybe clipped it on, like I said, in this one we can open it up, clip it in and push it in. Our cable, our RJ45 connector will be at the end there. Before we would have done that, because I always forget, we would have also passed the cable out and through here. We can then do this end up, and that's going to actually give us some level of watertight seal. My suggestion is you probably still consider sealing that round on the outside as well to be safe if it's going to be exposed, certainly where we are here in Australia, in our Australian environment. And then obviously you're going to connect to your RJ45 connector, plug this into place and do that up, and that is going to then give you your watertight bung, obviously with that done up totally. So that's the extra pieces that you get with that. And then everybody's saying, well, I'm sure that's great, but I want to actually get on and see the camera. Well, we're getting there. So you're going to get your outer shroud. which we'll have a look at in a moment. And then you're actually going to get the camera itself, which is the bit that you're wanting to look at. So let's just walk you through the outsides and everything of this first. So like we said, on the bottom, we have a welded connector already. This can come out to the side and actually obviously then come out and flush with the wall. If we wanted to, if we're coming back through the ceiling, then we do have a little plate here. Can't remember exactly which way, that way around it can go. I think that just goes in there. I probably got it around the wrong way. I might have to, can't quite do that upside down, but you get the idea. That will actually go into place there. One of the way rounds I've got it probably that way. Maybe I've almost got it there. Anyway, you get the idea. That'll actually plug into place and cover up the end of your hole there. So that's how you can do that with the cable at that bit. So then we have our base plate that we talked about earlier, which is just under here. Let me just grab this. So let's say our cable has run out here. So we've actually decided to run out flush. Here's our plate that we've maybe now mounted on the wall. So obviously this way up, this is going to be to the wall or to the solid ceiling. And that then will actually line up and actually clip into place here and actually then hold the device fully in place. We obviously will need to release that, and you can see we've got these releasing options here. We also have a very small hole here. So as this plate turns round, it clamps itself into place. And we'll see how the shroud goes over this and holds in place in a moment. If we want to release the unit from this actual holding plate, then we're going to use our quick release tool, which is this flat L-shaped tool here, to push in, which will essentially push this lever up and allow it to then travel again over the top of what was holding it in place. And then you should be able to twist the unit and pull it down. So that gives you an idea of what you've got on the bottom. All right, now to actually deal with the camera itself, many of the other ones have had just screw-on tops. In this instance, you actually have to remove the 4 screws, which I've done already. You will see on the side here, there is actually a screw that just holds this plate from falling down. And you'll actually see on here that we do have this is got an SD card slot in it, and we will see, not at the time of recording, but hopefully soon, this is recording in January 2025, that you will actually be able to do some edge storage. So storage of some of the footage, maybe if the UNVR or whatever has actually been offline, will be able to be stored in there. So once we've taken that plate off, now we actually get access to the camera itself. So obviously it's a dome camera, it's not automatically movable, so you get the ability to move this whichever way you want to get the best angle for how you're mounting it. You can also twist the lens that way as well. So obviously if you had to mount it on an angle, then we do have that option to just bring that back to the level to actually make that work. So you get quite a lot of flexibility, and obviously then that cloth you can clean up all of this afterwards. So then obviously your plate goes back once you've done that, and everything screws into place like that. And then you have your final shroud. Oh, actually, in fact, I want to show you one bit that I haven't remembered on this. On some of the AI Pros, the Pro models, we actually saw condensation grow inside the lenses, and that's the difference from when they were factory sealed to the environment you're in. And obviously when we've taken this shroud off and then seal it back up again, we potentially trap some moisture in there. So Ubiquiti have actually realized that. So in the box as well, you get a packet of 2, I presume there's some sort of silicone or silicone style bags. Once you take them out of this, they're activated. And the idea is that behind the back here, I don't know whether I can just show you, see if I can angle this right. You've obviously got a cavity back there that you push them in behind on either side. You've got 2 of those. And obviously then once you seal this back up, you're going to get those absorbing the moisture. And that should then mean we don't have condensing inside the lens, which would be a little bit annoying. Then once those screws are all done back up again, you then have this final shroud. It's got a locking spot on there, as you can see. So you should just be able to then clip that back into place like that. You've got your LED indicators and everything else that's going on, so you can see what's happening. That clips into place. You've got some release clips here that you can get at. Again, as you can see, we can use our quick release tool to push those, which push these in, and then allow us to obviously then take the shroud off. And then if you just needed to adjust the lens, you just undo the screws for the lens, or if you need to take the whole thing down, then again, you would look for this quick release hole here on this side to actually release the whole unit from that as well. So hopefully that's been useful. Quite a lot of parts there. It's a solid camera. Some of it's polycarbonate, some of it is metal there as well. Head on over to our YouTube channel. Got plenty more box openings on network, firewall, wireless, and camera security solutions. Plenty on how-to guides, how to set up Unify Protect, how to use these type of cameras as well. So why don't you head on over there, subscribe, and stay up to date.